Games Workshop announced the Legion focus for Emperor's Children. So what did I buy this for? Saved by Slaanesh. Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, another Saved by Slaanesh episode, and in this one I want to have a chat about the Legion focus for Emperor's Children. Before that though, if you would like to keep up to date with the wonders of Warhammer 40k, then please give me a sub and hit the bell button so you don't miss an upload. Right, so yeah, a couple of days ago, Games Workshop released a faction focus, the Legion focus, for Emperor's Children in the brand new, upcoming Chaos Space Marine Codex. It makes me wonder, why did I buy this? So yeah, I do feel like I have been stitched up really with this release. Not necessarily I'm blaming it on Games Workshop, but I'm blaming it on myself. Because I've been in this hobby a long time. I know how Games Workshop works to the point that I even limited myself on the indexes that I bought. I didn't buy, for example, the Imperial Book 2, which has my Space Wolves in, because that was the last army that I planned to get to. My plan was always going to be Necrons, and then probably Tyranids and Eldar. Obviously the Chaos book I purchased because I thought it would help me along with my new army, my Emperor's Children army. So I did buy that because of it. Now, to be fair, all I've done with this is I've flicked through the pages and that's all I've done. Now, arguably you could say that's my fault because I haven't read it. And I always knew that Games Workshop were going to release codexes because that's what they told us. They told us upon release that they would be releasing codexes along the way. I don't know that we expected them to be quite so quick though. 10 codexes by the end of the year. I expected it to be at least a year away before we got a new codex. And 100%, if I'd known that codexes were going to be coming this quick, I think I would have just bought my Necron index and just played with that until the other codexes actually came out. So I'm a little bit disappointed, more so in myself for being hooked into it all. Anyway, that is just a little rant that I just had to get off my chest. But what we're actually here for is to have a look at the Legion focus for Emperor's Children. So I have the Warhammer community website up, and I'm basically just going to read through what they've told us is going to be in the new Emperor's Children faction. So, glasses on, and we'll have a quick read. I've skimmed this very quickly. I have to say, when I skimmed it, I was quite excited about what I read, but I haven't read into it that deeply. So let's have a read and a reaction to this. So here we go. The Chaos Space Marines Codex is nearly here, and with it, rules for 7 legions, as well as Renegade Chaos Marines. We'll be previewing these in detail in the coming weeks, as well as looking at some of the new stratagems and the best units in the Codex. For each legion, we'll be looking at Emperor's Children, Iron Warriors, Night Lords World, blah blah blah, we don't care about those. Both armies are getting codexes of their own. Every Chaos Legion now has a Legion trait, which is good news. The traits are powerful abilities available to Chaos Space Marine armies that provide bonuses to infantry, bikes and halberds, picking from the same traits of Legion. Much like chapter tactics. Well, that's good. Good to see that. These are designed to represent the unique ways in which Chaos Legions fight, from stealthy armies like Alpha Legion to full-on melee armies like Emperor's Children. The Emperor's Children are a terrifying close combat army in the new Chaos Space Marine Codex, with access to a whole host of new abilities that will make the army one of the best melee forces in the game. Sounds good. The Legion trait. Okay, so this is the trait for Emperor's Children. We won't worry about the fluff bits. This is the rules. So units with this trait always fight first in the fight phase, even if they didn't charge. If the enemy has units that have charged or that have a similar ability, then alternate choosing units to fight, starting with the player whose turn it is taking place. So, wow, that's brilliant. So regardless of what happens in terms of who charges, we will be striking first, and that's a pretty awesome ability. Attacking first in close combat is an enormous bonus. Used correctly and combined with power weapons, you'll be able to wipe out enemies before they have time to react. This is a great defensive bonus too. Anyone looking to charge a unit of Noise Marines could find themselves struck down before striking blows. In this way, your enemies are faced with a terrible choice: suffer waves of sonic firepower at range or be forced to attack you in close combat. And that paragraph there really excites me, because that's the exact vision of my army. A melee-based close combat army, pretty powerful in close combat, but also have a good element of shooting with all the sonic weapons and stuff from the Noise Marines. And reading that just sort of reinforces my idea really of what I think my army wants to be like. Okay, reading on. So top units. So this is interesting. Top units are Possessed, are one of the most improved units in the new codex, gaining an extra wound, nice, at no increase in points cost, even nicer. Throw in Delightful Agonies from a nearby sorcerer, and you'll be able to weather even the heaviest of fire. Don't know what Delightful Agonies is. Oh, it's down below. We'll have a look at that in a minute. You'll be able to close on enemies fast and shred them with a high volume of armour-piercing attacks. This is the core combat unit you'll want for the Emperor's Children army. Okay, so that's interesting. So it seems like they want us to buy Possessed units. Or convert them if you have lots of models already. Excuse me. Okay, so Mark of Slaanesh, Delightful Agonies. Delightful Agonies has a warp charge value of 6. Okay, so this is a psychic power. If manifested, select a visible Slaanesh Heretic Astratus unit, Chaos Space Marines, within 18 inches of the Psyker until the start of your next psychic phase. Roll a d6 each time a model in that unit loses a wound on a 5+. It doesn't lose the wound. Okay, so it's got a 5+, feel no pain effectively. That's pretty awesome. That makes us nice and survivable. I'm sure my Blood Angels player with his 6+, feel no pain, will love that. Okay, next, they talk about Havocs. So Havocs have a home in Emperor's Children army thanks to endless cacophony. This stratagem allows any Slaanesh infantry or bike to fire again at the end of the shooting phase. Wow. Perfect for getting some extra value out of a unit with last cannons or missile launchers. Similarly, Flamer Armed Chosen are a solid pick in an Emperor's Children army and well placed to take advantage of flawless perfection in close combat ranged fight. Endless cacophony. I'm rubbish at pronunciation. Okay, the rules. Use this stratagem at the end of your shooting phase. Select a Heretic Astratus Slaanesh infantry or biker unit. That unit can immediately shoot again. Wow, that is awesome. And it also backs up the fact that the army can be pretty good at shooting as well as assault. Now that is 2 command points, that stratagem. It's quite heavy on points, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Use stratagem at the end of shooting phase. Select. Okay, so it's just 1 unit for 2 command points to shoot twice. But I suppose if you know you're going to be in trouble the next turn with a particular unit, it could be worth doing. Okay, how to use them. You'll want to try to get into close range as soon as possible with your Emperor's Children army. From here, you have a choice. Against other melee armies, you're free to hold back. Your shooting is decent enough, and even if your charge your enemy loses, they're guaranteed first strike, and you'll be able to hit them first in the next turn. This is an army for you if you want to decapitate the forces of the enemy in single devastating fight phase. After toying with them over several withering turns of shooting, it's a delightful evil way to play. Come back tomorrow and we'll have a look at Iron Warriors. Wow. That is incredibly exciting snippet of potentially what's coming in the new Codex for Emperor's Children. I'm really happy with that. It sounds just like the army that I want on the table, mixing that in with loads of demonettes as well to bring that Xenos sort of feel to the army a bit more. I'm incredibly excited now, and that's given me food for thought as we move forward with the army. Okay, so what do you think about this Legion focus? Personally, I'm very excited by it. It seems really good. It seems really fluffy as well, sort of matches what I think Emperor's Children should be like. But let me know what you think. Do you think there's something missing from this that maybe we will see in the new release of the Codex? What you're hoping will be in the Codex? Any advice on the back of this little snippet that you want to give me regarding my army and the previous videos that we've talked about? And please let me know in the comments box below. Beam me up.